To be honest with you, I don't think Palworld is going in a good direction. And when I first played the raids, I told myself, wow, that's going to be a great update. I mean, raids, I mean, just the word itself, this is something that I like about games in general. For example, in Destiny, raids were one of the best experiences that I had in gaming for a long time when it comes to multiplayer games. But you see, eventually it just turned out to be very small update with kind of one boss fight, variation of it, and just stretch it out artificially. So basically it takes a long time to actually get the materials in order to get a fight. And although I have to admit the fight was actually looking really cool and it was actually pretty fun, that just calling that trades leave a lot to be desired, especially when it comes even to drops. Eventually I got demotivated and didn't really want to repeat it again, and that's just shows you that the content that you should get out of the raids is something that I'm probably going to play a few hours and just drop it altogether. So basically the replay value that I got out of it in terms of fun factor was diminished very quickly, and it's very small. Now for me the reason is pretty obvious. I mean, I'm assuming here, but as you can see here, when it comes to monthly players breakdown, people just leaving the game like crazy. It starts really huge, but look how much it drops. Again, this is from SteamDB. Of course, people are still playing the game, but much less compared to how it started. I mean, it's huge amount of chunk of players just totally leaving the game. And we're talking about like close to 2 millions, right, are leaving them. So basically they need to do something to keep something up. And that's why I think that they released this update and it was actually rushed. And when you try to rush things, just people to stay and come back for more to keep things up, this means that you weren't actually ready ahead of time for with content to actually, and of course they didn't. I don't think they really expected so many players to actually play the game. So this is also understandable. If they did, they probably gonna made something that is ready, something much bigger, to release it later on. But again, we expected such a huge success. This is nuts how popular the game was when it was released. So when they will bring a multiplayer again, it needs to be something that feels more complete. Otherwise, people will drop it again. Sometimes it's better to wait a bit and introduce something really great into the game and bigger, rather than releasing small update that people just will leave. You can't really sustain the game like that because people will get bored out of it. It doesn't really provide good amount of entertainment in order for them to actually stay. And to be honest with you, the arena where they teased it in AAA initiative, it can be something like an afterthought, like the raids are. It just can't. Again, they really need to make something, because this is supposed to be a huge update and people want that. This will be something huge that people will stay and come back for more. And you can later introduce more small updates to make things more exciting. But the core thing should be something pretty big, a feature for the game that people really just want to stay there and play for many hours. And when you do something like that, it probably needs to be something very rewarding. It needs to be. People may be ranking up, they're going to get some rewards. And again, usually you find some seasonal pass, we can unlock things you have free and paid. I wonder how they actually going to go with it. But basically at this point there aren't so much. Really, they want to keep players coming and staying. I think it needs to be free, and maybe introduce later some cosmetics, paid cosmetic items that people can buy and earn from that, just having an in-game store, but not something that of course will interfere with the competitive aspect of the game. Basically not making it pay to win for sure. So overall, again, it really depends now what they're going to do with the competitive aspect, the multiplayer, because again, if they fail here, the game is pretty much done. Again, you see that even with again, I play single player, but even if the multiplayer aspect of the game wasn't enough to keep players in terms of content, it wasn't enough. This is not Fortnite. So they need to add something really that tops that, because the cooperative part of the game, competitive cooperative part, the multiplayer, the servers, the content wasn't enough. I actually got into that when I was so bored, even after 10 minutes. So again, I just continued playing along. It was, I felt that it's so barebone, straight from the start. It doesn't really add extra value. So I knew it ahead of time it's not going to work. If I'm not even motivated to play it in multiplayer, it was so odd. The first time even I got in, it was so weird. I didn't even know kind of what to do. Everything like, all right, this is a player that are doing something. It was totally awkward. Nonetheless, it's up to them now to really invest in, take their time, by the way, make sure it's, they invest enough time to actually make it complete, rewarding and fun. If they do so, players will stay. If not, the game is pretty much done, I think, and it's not gonna regain a lot of tension. And basically, what are your thoughts about the game? I mean, many of you aren't playing the game was based on the stats that I've seen. Me either, kind of stopped playing it, playing other things. So many games are coming as well. It's not like they're not amazing games coming, right? The Stellar Blade and Norse for the Week, and so many others. Many people are jumping into Fallout as well, because there are lots of price drops for many games right now, lots of sales that people jump into the games that just waited for sale. Really, it's really packed right now. So maybe they should also wait because of that, and wait after that. Big people are playing so many other games, and then introduce it at the right time. And hopefully it's going to be a good update. Your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.